Yes, Tango, I think you have finally met your match. Although you were custom built and cost thousands of dollars to make, now the public will have an opportunity to have one very similar. Here it is on my bench, guys, the new AXiAL Ryft, the RBX10. I know, a lot of people have been looking at this upon the release going, I don't know, it just looks like a redesigned bomber, but we're going to be able to bust into this in a moment here and have a look. I am super excited that AXiAL has finally come out with a dedicated rock bouncer. Absolutely fantastic. I'm fortunate enough to have had mine come in early. And look at this. What color did I get? You knew it. I was going to want to get one very similar to Tango because this is going to be much lighter than Tango was. Tango was quite heavy and a little bit lower down, but the whole truck, like if you want to call it a buggy, whatever, rock bouncer, this all comes from like the rock bouncing trucks and buggies that come from down in our southern neighbors here. I'm up in Canada, and Tim Cameron, and shout out to MadRam11, all those guys that have been pushing rock bouncers forward for years and years and years. Of course, Tim Cameron being an OG in the game, and I've been doing rock bouncer videos like since, I don't know, 2012 at least. So I'm glad to see that this one is ready from AXiAL. Let's go over the box at least. Very rare I do this. Who the heck gives a 2-year warranty, right, on an RC product? That's crazy. Front and rear solid axles, right? Engineered to carry a lot more power over punishing off-road tracks, as evidenced by the durable one-piece molded plastic solid axle design of its front and rear axles. The front, center, and rear differentials are the same, keeping it simple and easy when doing maintenance and repairs. 4-link suspension for the front and rear. You can see the dimensions there. Long travel aluminum shocks. I'm loving this. All oil-filled shocks with threaded bodies and a single coil-over spring, plus an aluminum shock cap and preload adjustment for tuning your suspension. The shocks are tunable for achieving the best dampening rate. And then, of course, some more dimensions there for you as well. The WB11 wild bore drive shafts. Larger diameter drive shafts are necessary on this rig due to the extreme power of the 2200 kV brushless motor. And then, of course, over to the universal drive shafts here, or pardon me, the axle set. Smooth action for efficient drivetrain and hardened steel construction, because under that much torque, you're going to want some hardened steel there. The Raceline Monster wheels, look at those. Nothing super fancy to look at, that's for sure in my opinion, but I gotta say, just like it says here, Raceline is by far the most popular wheel for off-road, extreme off-road duty. Their ability to stand up to the abuse demanded by the full-size racer and their show quality finish is second to none. The officially licensed Raceline Monster gives Ryft that authentic racing look, as well as providing the strength to handle whatever you can dish out. I would have loved to have seen some beadlocks here. I love the old school AXiALs that came with beadlocks, but hey, you know, I can only ask for so much. I'm entitled to so much for the amount of money we can pay for these things. So it obviously comes with the new radio, which is fantastic. These radios will actually tell you how much battery power you have left on your RC just by these these 4 LEDs over here. It also tells you if you're overvolting or, you know, different kinds of things like that, because it's communicating to the back and forth to the receiver and the ESC. The strong servo saver. You are going to want a servo saver on a basically a rock bouncer. Rock bouncers are really just known for going vertical. They are really overpowered machines that are built to go straight up hills and bounce their way up. In fact, even though this is a very bad example, this would be close to a rock bouncer hill if I had a small bouncer take out those pipes in the middle there and, you know, like just hit it full throttle. But they go way more extreme than that, and they're built to roll over and still protect the driver and or drivers. The Spektrum, look at this, a 6-channel receiver. Now what I love about this right away is that it has the active vehicle control. That means it's going to have a gyro on board, an active gyro that helps keep you straight when you're climbing up. You know, lots of times under that much power and torque from a vehicle, it will be twisting left and right as it tries to climb up. The active vehicle control will help keep those tires straight. The only thing I see that's not on here that I would have liked to have seen is rear steer, but of course that's totally up to the driver and the builders. I don't know if in the full version of the Ryft if it has rear steer. I'll have to check that out online. So 130 amp Smart ESC, yes please, compatible with 2 to 4S LiPo. You're kidding me. This can take a 4S LiPo? Wow. That's going to be pure power if I could even fit one in there. I want to double check on that. Yeah, this one says supporting 3S and 4S paired. Wow. You can go up the steepest of hills and launch up over those big ledges. Oh my God. I know there are so many people right now that are watching this cheering that these have come out and they're ready to rock and roll. The Interco Swamper TSL Bogger tires. These licensed replica boggers feature a directional tread pattern with the patented Interco TSL lug design. I have heard people or read people's posts on different social medias. They said that they're not happy with this tire. I got to say I am super happy with this tire. I am excited to see what it looks like in person because the pictures make it look as aggressive as any rock bouncer tire should look. It should be biting into roots. It should be biting into the rocks and the dirt and really just giving this whole machine traction to get up there. Here is the wheelbase, metal differential covers right there. It does have a driver on the inside. And of course the tube chassis that are very strong. AXiAL's known for that. They're saying that the fuel cell can be used as a weight box. I'm wondering about having weight that high when I'm trying to bounce, but you know what? We'll try it out and see how it goes. Simulated disc brakes for extra realism. You guys are all into the scale extras and all the accessories. This is something that I like to see. Everybody's starting to come out with these brake disc calipers, brake discs and calipers, because it just looks badass. I want to put rear steer in this. Yes. Let's have a look at that beauty. Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay, this is much larger in size than I anticipated. Wow, that is super beefy. Holy cow. Okay, I'm just gonna move the boxes out of the way. Look at how the ESC is mounted, guys. It's right there. It looks boss. Okay, if you guys are wanting one, I'm leaving a link in the video description box down below the video player. Straight to Horizon, because that is incredible. I know everyone's like, get the boxes out of the way. I will. Unbelievable. I all of a sudden don't care that they're not beadlocks. Wow. The shocks are beef. I can already see people are like, I want to switch this out to aluminum. Because look on the front. Wow. I just don't have very much to say because in person it's a whole lot more impressive than I anticipated. The stuff that Horizon Hobby has been bringing to the market lately, like, wow. Okay, I'll get the boxes off the table. Let's look at the radio too. I ordered an extra battery to come with mine. I'm lucky to have it. It does not come with the kit, but a 5003S is what I figured. Now that I know it can maybe take a 4S, that's just lunacy. This is much larger than I anticipated. But overall, it's fairly light. It's got a nice front weight to it. That's where the battery's gonna go, right up here. Look at how they've done this, like, wow. Shut up and show the truck. I love this. I love that. Look at the easy access battery tray right there. And it's huge. There's the 4-link in the back. Okay, so this must have 2 screws that go there. This is the weight box they were talking about. It's nice instead of like just putting a brick of like useless plastic there that it's like a container of sorts. Where is the radio? Duh, right there. This is the radio box. It was hiding on me. Right there. Wow. Right under the battery tray. So you can take the battery tray and then out with these 2 screws, and then you can access the radio. Here's my smart charger. Get this one going. Start, 12 amps. This will take like 5 minutes to charge, maybe 10 minutes. It'll ramp up all the amps there. I'll leave a link to all this stuff in the video description box in case you guys are hunting for it and you just want to know how easy it is. That way you can get to having fun as quickly as you want. This does all types of batteries too. That's the balancing port right on the side. You just plug the LiPo balancing into it. Keep going. I love the fact it charges automatically at 12 amps. There's nothing worse than going to play with your RC and then having to wait forever for it to charge. Okay, always the important rule before running your vehicle, make sure the suspension is free in movement, so is the steering. Make sure everything does not bind. Roll it back and forth. Listen to your pinion mesh, that sounds good to me. I love this. I find it very interesting that the steering servo is actually on a down angle like that, kind of lifting it out of the way in case I ram into a rock or a tree root or something. It's already kind of out of the way. And actual metal diff covers too. Okay, let's look at the steering. Does it go left and right easily? Once I got that servo saver. Yep. Always be careful when you're manually turning a servo, right? You don't ever want to turn it too quick. You can break teeth that way. I don't know about these servos. Maybe these servos are extra tough. In fact, the one in my Losi monster truck is still the stock servo. I've never broken it, even though I've smashed that truck at least 60 times. Sitting up there. We should take that guy out pretty soon too. Speaking of that, let's do a size comparison between the two because this guy is huge. Ugh. This is not the AXiAL 1/10 scale. This is the Losi monster truck. Look at that, the size difference. So you can see that the Losi monster truck, the Gravedigger, is a super beast. This is not the SMT10. We did a comparison. I'll leave a link to that in the information bubble or in the video description so you can check it out too, because I did a side-by-side with the AXiAL SCM10, that AXiAL SC, whatever it is, the monster truck. It is the SMT10, that's what it is, the Gravedigger. But then look at this beefy machine beside it. Look at those long travel shocks, right? They just look aggressive. I want to rip this so bad. I love the fact that there's 2 drivers in there, co-pilot. The fact that the ESC is in the center, even though I said it already, is pretty baller. I got to figure out what these are for. Here it comes with it. Here you go. Ho, 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 ho. Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Tango is so heavy with those Bully 2 axles on there. All aluminum, super heavy tires, super heavy cage. This one I have a feeling would kick its butt on the way up the hill. The problem I had with Tango is that the motors, the Rock 412s, the 3100 kV brushless, were too much for the comp crawler axles, and it would shear a pin inside the transmission. Oh my god, and they are so difficult to get into. I had to change out the motors again, or I just left it as a shelf queen, and that's exactly what I had done. This is not going to be a shelf queen. I got lots of fun coming up with it. Here is a RC 4-wheel drive Galenda 2, the Defender. beside the Ryft. Look at the tire size difference. Incredible. Those are 1.9s on the Defender there. Unbelievable. Giant tires. But you can see it's not too high up. In fact, it is lower. Low center of gravity here. And with that battery in the front, that's going to be a climbing machine. Okay, this one took 12.5 minutes, but it is ready to go. You all ask me, how do I know which controller is which? I label them. Oh man, there's definitely room for a 4-cell LiPo in there. Okay, I got it lifted up off the table because I know that these tires are going to want a balloon. Look at this, this guy's got a nav computer on board. So CHOiCE, guys, so cool. Yes, I put my sticker on there. Of course, it's mine. Here we go, as slow as I can go here, just a little bit on the throttle. I figure these tires are gonna balloon. That's why I lifted it higher. That's about as slow as I can go. It's not a censored motor. Here we go, let's give it a little bit more throttle. See, I live on the open prairie. My first run, I wanted to go and I'll drive out somewhere nice tomorrow. Half throttle. Oh, we had movement. I see it's vibrating. Everyone's waiting for it to take off, so am I. It's vibrating over. I couldn't even get up to full throttle. That was like 80%, but it started to move. Ultimate throttle control. You gotta have the ability to know your limits. That could have taken off like a dart. Too funny. Let's back it up one more time. Let's see if we can get up to 50% a little bit faster. Yeah, it wants to move right away. Incredible! Wow! That's awesome! Woo! Look at everything's just popping in there. And you know what? I don't see those tires really getting much larger. They did expand for sure. Man, that was a rush. Look at my batteries on full inside. Wow. Does this, the active vehicle control, there it is. Watch, when I move, it moves the tires, trying to keep it straight, right? Because if I'm trying to bounce and I'm going up the hill like this, and my back is going, you want those front tires straight. So there you go, like that's not even 4S. That's crazy. That's some 3S craziness right there. And the articulation. Come on guys, leave this a like click for sure. This is a killer job by Horizon. I am excited to take this out tomorrow and we'll do a new video for you. We'll see you in the next episode, guys. Thanks, bye. The Ryft.
I love the hood. If this thing was gonna go in a waste, these guys would just puke inside their home.
Well said.